In a quiet corner of the city lived a young man named Adrian, a 28-year-old struggling to find his place in a world that felt overwhelming. Dreaming of becoming a successful YouTuber, he spent his days locked away in his room, uploading videos that garnered little attention. Financially dependent on his parents and grappling with PTSD, Adrian felt trapped in a cycle of despair that deepened with each passing day. The loneliness weighed heavily on him, accentuated by the absence of meaningful relationships. One early morning, desperate for a cigarette, Adrian ventured out to a nearby 24-hour store. As he made his way down Virginia Street, he heard a set of footsteps following him, though when he turned to look, there was no one there. His curiosity piqued when he spotted a tiny door tucked away in a wall beside a shop. The sound of footsteps continued from behind that mysterious door, igniting both fear and intrigue within him. This could be content for my channel, he thought, but despite his attempts, the door wouldn't budge. Shrugging off the experience, Adrian returned home, took his sleeping pills, and drifted off to sleep. That night, the door invaded his dreams, appearing clearer and more menacing than before. In his vivid dream, he sensed that opening it would lead to irreversible consequences. Startled awake, he gulped down his medication, desperate to calm his racing heart, and began dissecting the bizarre events. Unable to shake his fears, Adrian confided in his friend Oliver, recounting the strange door and the footsteps. Oliver, initially skeptical, decided to accompany Adrian to investigate later that night. As they stood before the shop at midnight, the door was gone, leaving Adrian to question his sanity. But at 5 a.m., the air became thick with tension, and to their astonishment, the small door reappeared. Driven by a mix of anxiety and determination, Adrian stepped forward, with Oliver following closely behind. But as his hand touched the door, its surface morphed, feeling alive, and before they could react, they were pulled into the door's darkness. Suddenly, Adrian found himself in an eerie void, completely alone. No ground, no sounds, just an oppressive silence. Soon, a table appeared before him with two envelopes, one red, one white. Confused yet strangely compelled, he reached for the red envelope first. It contained a single word, death. The moment he read it, a crimson liquid began to ooze from the paper, accompanied by Oliver's terrified screams. Adrian turned to find Oliver motionless on the ground. As the darkness morphed into something resembling a circus stage, a voice boomed. The game begins. They were trapped in a sinister game, their bodies manipulated like puppets. Adrian was bound by chains as he faced the first trial, a question-and-answer round, where every mistake bore a brutal consequence. When he faltered, pain coursed through him as he lost his first toe. Despite the torment, he managed to answer 7 questions correctly, but every wrong answer cost him dearly. It became terrifyingly clear that this was no ordinary challenge. It was a hell tournament, a horrific spectacle where humans were funneled into games for the amusement of demons. It dawned on him that such doors existed worldwide, waiting for their next victims. The final round was a spinning wheel adorned with dreadful options: loss of limbs, death, money, and a jackpot for survival. Adrian's dread intensified as he spun the wheel 3 times. The first spin landed on a severed hand. The punishment was swift. The second spin awarded him $10,000, a glimmer of hope. Then, the third spin landed on the jackpot, sending a wave of exhilaration through him. But as the excitement built, the reality shattered. Jackpot meant ownership, not freedom. With a heavy heart, Adrian realized he was ensnared in a game where losing was inevitable. He was never meant to triumph. The darkness around him deepened, and the wheel began to spin independently, his final thoughts echoing in the void. He hadn't stumbled through the door at random. His fate had always been sealed in this cruel spectacle.